Hey everybody, so today we are going to open up the Infinity Ultron wave, but before we start that, I do want to remind you that right now, the video prior to this, I'm actually having a giveaway right now where we have these fine prizes up for grabs. We got the Funko Pop, Silver Surfer, got the Phoenix, and we got a Moon Knight. Got an extra one of these Moon Knights, so that's up for grabs. Cobb Vanth. And as well, if you don't want any of the toys and you're a comic person, I do have all these different comic books to choose from, so you will get your choice between these comics here. Got some old Miss Marvel and a super old Green Lantern. This one's from 1961. And last but not least, the second or third appearance of the Black Cat from Spider-Man. And if you do choose the comic books, I will throw in a bunch of extra comic books with whichever comic book that you choose. But yeah, while we're here, let's get to unboxing these bad boys, and we're going to talk about kind of the shows as we go along. Let's start with the Winter Soldier and Falcon show. I wasn't too crazy about the show. Like, it's not a show I'm going to watch twice. I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember that the villain kind of was lackluster. Like, they should have busted out a better Marvel villain for the show, because it would have made it like a whole lot better. Like, I had no idea who the villain was in this show. What did you think about the show?
Yeah, it wasn't really one of my favorites out of all of them. I don't think I actually watched the whole season, so I missed a couple episodes. It was one of those filler ones.
Yeah, so we're gonna bust up.
Unfortunately.
Sharon Carter.
Unfortunately.
Which would have been a cool person for Captain America to hook up with instead of going back to Peggy Carter, but I do like Peggy Carter. So it's kind of cool that in the end he kind of went back to her. But she's going to be the first part of Ultron that we open up, which is the head and the lance.
I really like who became Captain America, though. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Falcon's kind
of the Falcon.
Cool choice.
I think he was a cool guy. I don't know what just fell over.
Maybe it's just his paper.
Oh, okay.
Over Bucky. There's Sharon Carter in all of her glory. Kind of a figure that we didn't need by any means, you know, because I mean, who's really buying for a Sharon Carter figure? I think they already made one of the Sharon Carter, but here's the part of the lance, and I think these two connect. And then we have our Ultron head. That's all we really need to start this Ultron Build-A-Figure so far. Like I said on the video before this, go check that out, because that's where we're doing the giveaway. And just to participate, you can fast forward to the end of the video and figure out how you participate and get in on the action of that and win one of those free gifts. Alright, so let's go Hawkeye next, because that show I think came out before.
That was the Christmas special, I think, last year or 2 years ago?
There's a few episodes, actually a whole little season.
It was a Christmas special, though.
It was like a whole season of them. There was like a bunch of episodes of Hawkeye. Remember? It was like a series.
But it was for Christmas, December.
There was like 8 episodes or something like that.
It was Christmas.
But yeah, it was around Christmas, and it was snowy, and
that was the whole point. They had Christmas together.
Yeah. And Kate Bishop, I really like this actress. I thought I recognized her, but she was actually in the True Grit movie. When they did the remake of True Grit, she was like the main chick in True Grit. So it was kind of cool to see her join the MCU and the Marvel Universe as the new Hawkeye.
I liked this one because I'm a fan of Green Arrow, so being Hawkeye kind of reminds me of, you know, Marvel's DC's Green Arrow, so.
And Kate Bishop came with the
sad
left leg.
Man.
There's Kate Bishop in all of her glory. All of these are going to go in the toy case with the rest of our Marvel Legends. I'm going to worry about the accessories later. But yeah, so we got the left leg and then the left arm. And what she's got going on here is Hawkeye. So here's Hawkeye. I really like the Hawkeye show. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the, the dog thing. I kind of like getting more into Hawkeye's character after the whole, like, his family came back and after he was Ronin and all that. Kind of trying to adjust back into his normal personality and kind of come back to his own and not be such like a murdering, rampaging psychopath, you know, after everybody blinked out and Thanos and all that. All right, now next we have Miss Marvel. Now Miss Marvel, was my least favorite so far of all the MCU shows. So I would say Miss Marvel was my least favorite, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But Miss Marvel was definitely geared towards the teenage populace.
Yeah.
And not for the regular Marvel fans. I think they could have done a lot more to gear it towards regular fans. Like, they should have had a lot more Captain Marvel in there. Like, if they had had Brie Larson throughout the series, that would have been amazing.
They probably would have gotten a lot more hype then.
And also, like, just, bust out another, like I said, like with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if they would have busted out, like, a real, like, badass Marvel villain or something like that, or at least another main Marvel character, it would have made the whole thing a lot better. And of course, she comes with the main torso of our Ultron figure. But yeah, I mean, it was like the special effects were good, the acting was good, and it's kind of cool that they busted out Brie Larson at the very end of the series. But I don't know, just the storyline altogether just didn't grab me. But, it was cute for what it was. But, yeah, like I said, not exactly my thing. Not something that I hope they make a season 2 of.
Definitely a coming-of-age show.
Yeah, definitely a coming-of-age show. Definitely geared towards teenagers. But not enough Marvel in it, I guess. So you could say.
She had Marvel. She was just learning.
Yeah.
Learning her powers and all that. And the history of where it came from. And
yeah.
so, but
yeah.
it was,
But special effects were kind of cool. How her powers kind of worked out, and I'm excited to see the next Captain Marvel movie that's going to have all 3 Captain Marvels in it. So Miss Marvel, Brie Larson, and also Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. But let's move on to what's so far been besides Loki, has been the best of the Marvel shows, which will be Moon Knight. Now, Moon Knight was amazing. I love Oscar Isaac as an actor, as far as she's Poe Dameron, of course. But it was just a great show. The music was great. What's his name? Who played the bad guy? What's his name? Ethan Hawke. Oh. Ethan Hawke. He was such a good actor in that show that you just hated his character. You just hated the character, and that's what you were supposed to do. But the show altogether was great. I loved the figures that come out. I liked Mr. Knight. I liked all the different how they portrayed the personalities of Moon Knight. And Khonshu was amazing. Khonshu looked badass, and I liked how they did his powers and all that, and with the whole time warp and all the crazy.
And the Hippo God.
Yeah, and the Hippo God was funny. And the whole show was just great. I mean, I have no complaints about about the Moon Knight show. But yeah, so here's Mr. Knight, and he contains.
You just popped it out.
Just popped it out.
The arm.
The arm.
The right
arm of Ultron.
Right arm of Ultron.
So we are almost there, and all we have left is the She-Hulk herself. What did you think about Moon Knight? Any favorite parts? What was your favorite part about Moon Knight?
My favorite part about Moon Knight? I mean, it was all really good, but I think it was more like the part where he was tripping out towards the end when he was in the hospital and just trying to convince the doctor, or what's his name, that he was not supposed to be there and stuff, and so all the mysteries of who I believe he has a third personality.
Yeah, they hid that third personality well until the very last. I mean, they kind of hinted at it with the extra sarcophagus in the extra room, but it was kind of cool how Khonshu in the end was like, oh, but there's another, and here they busted out basically the murderous rampaging.
Is it Steve?
Yeah, Steve, Mark, and I forget the last name of
Greg. No,
Greg. Something. It's kind of hard to get this head on.
I couldn't barely get any of his arms on or anything like that.
It's one of those things you have to heat it up and try to snap it on, but see if I can just without breaking
You pop him on the table.
Oh, there we go.
I heard a pop.
It's popping on. So all we are missing now is the leg, and all we're missing now is the last Disney Plus series to come out, which was She-Hulk. I don't know if you like She-Hulk or not, but I actually really liked the series. It was entertaining for what it was, and it was kind of another one of those things with Miss Marvel where it was, kind of geared towards a certain kind of audience. But this time the audience was women, and empowered women. except for they had all the extra stuff that you needed. We had the Hulk in it. We had the return of Daredevil, which was amazing. And
That was pretty cool.
And that's what really made that the She-Hulk show pay off, was the Daredevil coming in the last couple episodes and her hooking up with Daredevil and all that. And plus, of course, in the beginning of the series, it had Hulk. You know, the middle of the series was definitely geared towards women, and it kind of got a little off kilter, but it was still entertaining. And I like how she breaks the fourth wall, talks into the camera, because that's kind of what she does in the comic books. But here's the She-Hulk in all of her glory, and she contains the last piece of Ultron we need, which is the leg. And here's the She-Hulk leg, or the Ultron leg. And here's She-Hulk. I don't know, kind of wish they would have made this figure with like the suit.
There we go.
Because the suit would have been amazing. You know, this jumpsuit kind of fighting gears. It's all right. But it would have been amazing if they put her in the lawyer suit, which I've seen some awesome customs on Facebook and all that. There's people putting her in. There's like a certain wrestler that comes with a suit, and then like WWE wrestling figures, and she has a suit, and it's like the perfect size. They paint the arms and legs green, and then they slap this head on, and she becomes this She-Hulk in the suit, which is amazing. But here we are, Ultron in all of his completed form. This thing is amazing. I like how they have the Infinity Gems placed on his chest and all that. And I think where's the last one? It's supposed to be on his head, just kind of like Vision. So there's the 4 on the chest, and 1 on the belly, and the 1 on his face. It would have been cool to have this figure just maybe a little bit bigger, because I swear I feel like in the show he grows to be at least the size of the Watcher a little bit. He kind of blows up his size, and the Watcher figure we have for the What If series is big. So yeah, she could have been just like a little bit taller, just a little bit taller for this figure, but still it's cool. I'd like to find maybe a custom soft goods cape to put on this guy. But this is my only real version of Ultron that I've ever really liked. I mean, Ultron as a character has been a little lackluster. I mean, I liked Ultron in the Age of Ultron movie because I love James Spader.
Yeah.
And James Spader was, of course, his voice.
He was really good in Blacklist.
Yeah, he was really good in Blacklist. Yeah. But yeah, I really like that they chose James Spader for his voice. And I'm not sure if they actually, I'm going to have to go back and watch it, but in the What If cartoon, if they actually used James Spader as his voice, which would have been awesome, and which, you know, maybe they did, and if it was awesome, because I love James Spader. But yeah, other than that, that's all we got for now. Make sure to go back and check out my last video, because that's where you'll participate in the free giveaway. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.